The heck is this? See what's on. Who's watching that Spartacus out there?
For decades, these moments have opened doors to glory.
Anybody been watching that Spartacus? I've been watching that new Spartacus, House of Usher, not Usher. The heck I'm talking about. But I see where they going with that, with that, with that Spartacus. Try to see what's on some news today. See what they talking about.
And I think we don't believe that our choices is submission to one power bloc or
Small
another.
powers
And as
survive
all
in
of
China.
the countries in the middle range face this huge pressure from China and the United States, they're going to have a strong interest in getting together and pushing this pressure back, because no one wants to be a slave to, the new imperial powers of the 21st century. I say this personally, I was educated in the States. I love the United States, but no one is going to force Canada into a subaltern, dependent position on the United States. It's just not going to happen.
What's going on this morning? What's going on this morning? Uh-oh, mail piling up. Mail is piling up.
I get that the European Union or Europe as a whole can defend itself without the US. Keep on dreaming. You can't. We can't. We need each other.
Okay, so I think he's speaking more from a military, national security perspective, but some of the trade is also a big factor here.
Survive without U.S. defense package.
Look, every European hopes that America will continue to make its basically nuclear guarantee of the security of Europe. But if that goes, if Trump basically says, I'm not going to send, American troops or, soldiers or anything to die for Lithuania or the Baltic or any of these states in Europe, then Europe will have to face that reality. And let's not forget that, France has a nuclear deterrent. Britain has a nuclear deterrent. you know, we need to think some very new and slightly scary thoughts. We have to imagine the world anew, make new trade partnerships, new defense partnerships, beef up our own investment in our own security, because we cannot rely on the United States.
I got that area cleaned up. Wife came home. She's like, "Oh my God, thanks for cleaning that up." I said, "Yeah, you're welcome." See what's going on out here. Oh, let the sun come out and melt some of this snow. Let the sun come out and melt some of this snow. Wife is downstairs trying to run off some stress. Wife is stressed out right now due to the fact that her niece went into the hospital. Got to get this bedding back on this bed. My wife went through a traumatic episode with her niece. And her niece is type 1 diabetic. And she somewhat had a heart attack or something. So my wife is kind of dealing with that.
Those who will be hard on the problem. Make it easier on the people.
Turn this down. Yeah, my wife is downstairs kind of trying to relieve some stress as far as that her niece went into the hospital. She's a type 1 diabetic. So if you don't know what a type 1 diabetic is, they are individuals that can't produce insulin. So they always have to take insulin. It's a really sad deal if you can't manage, especially when you're younger. She's 20, 29 years old. I don't think she turns 30 until April. So I don't think she turns 30 until April, but she was staying here with us, and she ended up being unresponsive one morning that my wife came to wake her up. So she was unresponsive. Kids was at school, I was at work, and she was here by herself. Now, my wife is a nurse, but it's a different feeling when somebody is unresponsive. You got to jump into action. You got to know kind of what to do. And we practice this stuff all the time. CPR, 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 CPR. She teaches CPR. We practice CPR all the time in the medical field. And Lord forbid that you ever have to use it. But when you do use it, it's still a scary situation, especially when it's happening. Let me pull this off. Especially when it's happening. So, when it goes down and you have to perform CPR and you're by yourself, it's a scary situation. So, my wife went through it. She's still a little bit traumatized from it because, like I said, she was here by herself. My wife has been trying to do a good deed and trying to move her niece into another facility to try to get her taken care of. So for the time being, she was staying here with us, and it's a hard situation too when uh, you, as a diabetic, you have to stay on top of your sugars, what your sugar looks like, what your insulin looks like, what type of food you're eating, how much food you can eat. Uh, and then along with that, um, you know, uh, it's just a tough situation. Tough situation. Tough situation. 40 years since the Challenger disaster. I remember that too. Some people don't remember that. So I had to be 9 years old when that happened. I was 9 years old. I remember it too. It's crazy. And if you haven't seen it, you're about to see it now. I was 9 years old when this happened. I think we were looking at this at school too. I think we were looking at this in school. It's crazy. But anyway, guys, like I was saying that my niece, my wife's niece, is in the hospital. Uh, they think that she had a heart attack due to her diabetic status. Overall, she's been a diabetic type 1 since since uh, since she was 10. Since she was 10. So um, she's been a type 1 diabetic. So overall, these years, it's been, it works on you. It destroys your muscles when I think when you don't get enough insulin. This is from what I've learned over the past month or two since she's been here, because I've been reading up on diabetics and type 1, type 2, things like that. Usually type 2 diabetics have to do with weight, you know. I mean, a pregnant woman can become diabetic, type 2 diabetic, due to the weight that she, gains. And then once she loses the weight, she go back to normal, So type 2, I think, has to do with weight. And type 1 is just your body doesn't produce insulin. So, but yeah, it eats at your muscle, if they go into this diabetic shock or whatever, if they don't get the right amount of insulin, or they crash down and all this stuff. It's just crazy. But we're supposed to go see her today and see any type of progress. They had her like so sedated so her body could rest and things like that, but everything was up. But then she started having, like they said, she started having seizures a little bit. So they put her on some type of medication, but they're supposed to stop a lot of the medications yesterday to kind of see if she responds to anything. So, uh, yeah, so we're going to go up there today and see what's going on with her, and see if she's gotten any better. They said that she's responding to like little things here and there, but they don't know if that's just her, what they call it, how would you say it? Neurological,